There's a new Pokemon Go update that's literally unmissable, and I'm not just saying that. Logging in, watch this. Gonna search up Shadow, go to our Shadow Shiny Scorpy, frustrations on the guy, items, charge TM, frustration's gone. Yes, right now is a Team Rocket takeover event, which means you could do the #1 thing you could ever do in this game, which is get frustration off of your Shadow Pokemon, which are the most meta-relevant Pokemon in the game because they have 20+% on their attack. They also have 20+% on defense. They do 20% more damage and they take 20% more damage, but that makes a big difference. So right now, log in, get frustration off of your meta-relevant Shadow Pokemon. I think, do I have any that's worth it? These all kind of suck. This is good. I have no idea if Miss Magius is worth anything, but we'll get Shadow Ball on it. Now, that's not my favorite part of this event. There's two huge things. And the first thing is this. We're gonna have to do a little bit of rocket radar action, and honestly, we're gonna need a lot more than just one. So let me buy a couple, and let me show you what's going on right now, because this is exciting. Oh my God, and we got lucky. Check this out. All right, so as you could obviously see, our boy at the Spokestop, Cliff, is here. We are gonna be seeing a lot of Cliff for the next couple of weeks or months because Cliff and all of the team leaders have brand new Shadow Shiny Pokemon. I'll be explaining kind of like how to go about defeating them. And for Cliff, the team that we're gonna use is gonna be Kyogre, Groudon, and our Togekiss because you're about to see the starting Pokemon and the brand new Shadow Shiny, the one I'm most excited about. Dude, Pokemon of my dreams. Shadow Shiny Gible has been released with this event. This is insane. We're gonna go so hard for this, you have no idea. So, Cliff can have Gible, Shadow Shiny Gible, which is amazing. And obviously Gible, you know, we're gonna use water against it, so we're gonna crack that. Although the weaknesses for Gible, Ice, Dragon, Fairy, it's fine because we can use Kyogre for some later Pokemon because the second Pokemon that Cliff will be, what did we get? Skarmory. Cool, it's gonna be either Skarmory, Honchkrow, or Annihilape. And the third Pokemon will be either Tyranitar, Machamp, or Luxray, which is why we're using the, the Fairy type Pokemon, because that's gonna ultimately come in the most useful across the board against most of these Pokemon, except for Skarmory, which is ironically the one thing that I didn't prepare for in this team. So there's that. But this is sick. Now, here's the thing when it comes to meta relevancy for Shadow Gible, although it, I think, is probably one of the coolest Shadow Shiny Pokemon ever released, it's gonna be meta-relevant. Shadow Garchomp will be meta-relevant, but there's some other ground-type Pokemon. I forget, I don't know if it's Shadow Groudon. Oh, this is great, Tyranitar's here. We're literally gonna sweep with Kyogre. Oh, just kidding. Okay, well, it's fine. All right, what was I saying? Shadow Garchomp is gonna be, it is a really meta-relevant ground-type Pokemon, but it's not the best. So, you know, it's not like super necessary to get. It is really good though. I definitely would recommend it during this event, and it definitely is good. And again, Shadow Shiny Gible is probably the best Shadow Shiny I think ever released. And there's something even better happening in this 12-kilometer egg, and I'll explain it later once we end up hatching it because it's very cool. Check one, nothing. Man, if we could get like a Shadow Hundo for this too, I don't know, man. And of course, rocking the blue Shiny Luck today. If you want to get your Shiny Luck merch, link is in the description. We need all the Shiny Luck we can today for multiple reasons, not just Gible. And that's a pretty good one to start off on, honestly. Okay, so I have eggs incubated right now. We need to hatch these 10-kilometer eggs before we do any more team leaders because there's obviously 2 other ones to do and a lot more rocket to do. So to help with that, I'm gonna drop the daily incense real quick and we're just gonna walk around Santa Monica and see if we get ourselves a bird. Oh, here's another big deal thing that's going on. It's this Nidoqueen raid. We've got the Crown Nidoqueen and Nidoking, which has been happening the last like week, so I'm sure you've seen this, but I have not caught any shinies, and this is important, and I'll explain why. I personally think the Crown Nidoqueen and Crown Nidoking are sick costumes, and during this event, they have boosted shiny rates. So they are only in the field research and in the raids, so I don't exactly know what boosted means, you know? Like, I'm sure it's not 1 in 500, but I don't know if it's like 1 in 200. But they do apparently have boosted shiny rates, and some people in my office have caught it. And I think Corey has one, so the odds are good. So while we're waiting for these eggs to hatch, we're gonna walk around and get as many Nidoqueen raids and Nidoking raids done as possible, because I need this shiny. Speaking of, pain. Oh, I did get something insane though, check this out. Check this, well, hold on, IVs, thoughts? Okay, check this out, 4-star. I did this on stream. This is something that I'm gonna start doing now, just so heads up. But we're gonna start streaming here on this YouTube channel, on the Mystic 7 YouTube channel. We're gonna be streaming Pokemon Go, which I'm really excited about because now we have 10 remote raids a day. We can remote raid Shadow Pokemon, so that update has happened. I remote raided a Shadow Pokemon, it works, it's amazing. Maybe I can show it. Yeah, like we got Shadow Spoink with a minute left all the way over here at Starbucks. And as you can see, brand new update, we have 10 remote raids and we can shadow remote a shadow raid, and that is a feature that we'll get going forward. But ironically, I got this out of research, which is crazy. So didn't get the shiny, we got the hundo. But that's a big announcement. Keep an eye out for streams here on the Mystic 7 YouTube channel. We'll be streaming every day this week, just like using the 10 remote raids, doing some shadow raids, trying to get these shiny Nidoqueen and Nidokings. And then myself and the team are looking into and building out the tech. Basically, we need to do some IRL streams. So we might end up doing some big, fun IRL streams for Pokemon Go, like with full quality like you're watching right now in the video, possibly at GoFest Jersey, maybe GoFest Paris, but definitely when I get back from Japan, we're going super hard on the streams. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited. Okay, for now, we're at 9.9 out of 10 on the eggs. Great. And we've got a Nido raid right down that way. And the shiny luck hat comes through. Check it out. We've got a shiny Slowpoke, which is cool because Slowpoke, Litleo, and Combi have boosted shiny rates in the wild during this event because they've been doing this during every event where 2 or 3 Pokemon will basically have boosted shiny rates, which is so fun. This game is great right now. The events are very fun. Pokemon Go's back, baby. Like, we're back, you know what I'm saying? So this is cool that we get a boosted shiny Slowpoke on the day. Fantastic. And also, I think Daily Incense is 30 minutes right now, which is also great. There's a lot happening. Okay, let's do this raid. Fingers crossed for your boy. Okay. Pain. We should have the eggs, which means we should be able to do some more team leaders. Aha, 10-kilometer eggs. Fun fact, now they're not gonna be in these 10-kilometer eggs because these are old, but starting during this event, 10-kilometer eggs will now have, what is it, Larvitar and Pawniard. So those were previously hatching out of 12-kilometer eggs. They're no longer in the 12Ks. They are in the 10Ks. So that's pretty cool. So Larvitar and Pawniard hatches easier to get now that they're in the 10-kilometer eggs. And the 12-kilometer eggs, again, might have a little surprise for us. So find another team leader. I think there's a cliff ahead. Yes, there was a cliff, and I destroyed him. And now we get our egg and our second ever Shadow Shiny Gible check. Listen, dude, we are going to grind Cliff, pause, until we get Shadow Shiny Gible. And in the next video that I upload on the channel, it will most likely be just a Shadow Shiny grind, dumping 10,000 Pokecoins into Pokemon Go to get as many Rocket Raiders as we can get. The IVs have been good, by the way, so that we can get the Shadow Shiny. So if you're not subscribed, that is a journey to subscribe for. We're also almost at 3 million subs, so yeah, hit that sub, baby, this year. All right, we got 30 seconds on the daily. That's donezo, and then I need a team leader that away. Oh, this is perfect. Look, we've got a Sierra right here. This was out of a balloon, so we're taking this party. We got a Kyogre, Shadow Garchomp, Lucario, because another pretty good Shadow Shiny, honestly. Sierra now has Shadow Trapinch, so that's weak against water, grass, and ice. Very weak against water, grass, and ice, so we should be able to... Yeah, wow, that's good. And the second Pokemon is going to be either Mismagius, Staraptor, or Ferrothorn. For Mismagius, you want Ghost or Dark. Staraptor, which we got right here, we got Electric, Ice, or Rock. And then for Ferrothorn, you want Fire or Fighting. Wow, imagine. Oh my god, do we clutch this? Pokemon number 3 could be Houndoom, Camerupt, or Drapion. It's Houndoom. We have Surf. Do we clutch up on this? Oh my god. That was a crazy solo. 1 HP in a dream. And then Shadow Shiny Trapinch, I don't think I've ever got. Didn't get it here. I feel like I've seen this before as a Shadow. Let's see. Oh, I guess not. So we're still looking for that one too. Okay, we got 3 12-kilometer eggs. We are hatching 4 more 2-kilometer eggs. Let's do that and get more eggs. It's an eggy video. Sierra down. Trapinch number 2. Oh, this is kind of cool. Pawniard in the wild. I kind of forgot this was happening. That's sick. Got a Cliff. I also hatched those eggs, by the way, so we're stacking right now. Come on, man. Got a Sierra. Boom, Cliff. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Do you see that? Just hatched out of a I'm in a parking lot right now. Hatched out of a 5-kilometer egg. Shiny Mantike. No way. Okay, really quick right now. Some news, some big news, and check it out. We're in the Mystic Rips old office. I made a video talking about this, but we actually closed the Mystic Rips company, which means we're just not selling Pokemon cards anymore. Like, we closed the e-commerce side of the business, but we're still doing Mystic Rips and Pokemon card YouTube videos and content. Like, we're still doing content, we're just not selling anymore. So this room is like kind of oddly empty. Like, there used to be a computer here, and there used to be a whole stream setup right here, and we moved it into the other room so that we can do Pokemon Go and Pokemon card streams on YouTube, on Twitch, and all of that. So if you want to watch those streams, which we're doing today, by the way, when you're watching this YouTube video later today, I'll be live. If you want to join the stream, The links are in the description, I assume, for Twitch, and then I just stream on the YouTube channel here, so check that out. Okay, big news for GoFest. Zacian and Zamazenta, obviously they're, you know, a big feature in Pokemon GoFest coming up this summer. They're gonna be shiny, it will be great, and there's gonna be brand new energy for them to claim. We're gonna have Crowned Sword and Crowned Shield energy. When I first read this, I got very excited, and then I got a little bit less excited as I read more. So we'll see how you feel. Okay, so GoFest 2025, we're gonna have the brand new Crowned Sword form and the Crowned Shield form. Zacian goes into Crowned Sword, Zamazenta goes into Crowned Shield. They obviously can be shiny in raids, so you can get a shiny crowned form, and there's energy, which is what you're going to use to transform it into this new form, and the energy is apparently very rare, so I assume that outside of Pokemon Go Fest, this is going to be virtually impossible to get, if not completely impossible to get, unless they bring it back for a future event, and probably during Pokemon Go Fest, I mean, if you do enough raids, you're going to get enough energy, but I don't think you're going to get a lot of energy per raid, and it will probably take several raids to get enough energy to get the crowned form, so that's kind of how this is working with the raids, which is nice because we have 10 remote raids and we can raid Shadow Pokemon again, which is amazing, which we're doing on stream. And the way this energy is being released, basically if you go to the in-person GoFest events, so that's Osaka, that's New Jersey, and that's Paris. I, by the way, will be at Osaka, New Jersey, maybe Paris. You can get this energy early by going to the in-person events only through special research. But during Pokemon Go Fest Global, the global event later on, we all can get it through raids and research. Okay, changing forms kind of works the same way that like a lot of the other energy-based form changes work. So you'll use 1,000 Crowned Sword energy in order to transform Zacian, as long as it knows the charge attack Iron Head. So it has to have Iron Head in order to change into the Crowned Sword version. Then for Zamazenta, to get the Crowned Shield form, you need 1,000 Crowned Shield energy, and then it also needs to know the charge attack Iron Head. And the nice thing about this is that once you change forms once, you can flip back and forth between the forms as many times as you want without using energy. So it's kind of cool like that. And why are you changing forms? Different moves. So when Zacian becomes Crowned Sword Zacian, the charge attack Iron Head will change to the charge attack Behemoth Blade. And then for Zamazenta, when you change it to its crown form, Iron Head will change to Behemoth Bash. Now, unfortunately, these new crowned versions don't have an adventure effect. I was really hoping when I saw the word energy, I was like, yes, another adventure effect, which would have been sick. It doesn't have that. Instead, which is very cool, and this kind of factors into this whole remote raid thing. By the way, you can use remote raids on Gigantamax and Dynamax raids starting on May 19th, so in 4 days from when this video is uploaded, which is very exciting because Crowned Zacian and Crowned Sword Zacian and Crowned Shield Zamazenta can be used in max battles even though they're not Dynamax Pokemon. So this is like, for the first time ever in Pokemon Go history, obviously Dynamax raids are not that old quite yet, but for the first time ever, we have a non-Dynamax Pokemon that can be used in Dynamax raids, and this is the only Pokemon that could do that. And obviously you do need to change the form to the crowned form in order to do that. So that's the big appeal behind these crowned forms and why you want to get the energy during GoFest and why you want to invest the energy into like a good one, is because you can use these in Dynamax or Gigantamax raids, which can come in super handy in the future, you know, for Pokemon that these are super effective against. Now you might think, well, it's a normal Pokemon in a Dynamax raid, so like it's gonna get clapped because it doesn't have Dynamax moves. It will have Dynamax moves. You can unlock, by the way, the other moves, what is it? Guard and Spirit moves, so you get the Dynamax moves. So you can take it into the Dynamax raids, you can get the Dynamax moves. It becomes effectively a Dynamax Pokemon without having to catch it from a Dynamax raid, right? You get it from the regular raids, you put the energy into it, and then you can use it in Dynamax raids. And the article Pokemon Go put out does say, trainers who unlock Guard on their Crown Shield Zamazenta may see another power of the warrior Pokemon. I don't know what that means. If you've played the main series games much harder than I, you might know what that means. Please share in the comments, but that's kind of cool. Little Easter egg there. So that's what's happening with that. Pretty cool, pretty exciting, and something fun to look forward to this summer. Now, there's a couple of things that we haven't done quite yet that we need to do, including look for a secretly released shiny, which might be the rarest shiny in the game right now. Oh, and here we go. We have the 7 12-kilometer eggs. Now, here's the crazy thing that happened, okay? Shadow Dialga was released, and it's actually really good. We didn't get it done today. That's kind of my bad. So know that Shadow Dialga is live from Giovanni as a part of this event. We gotta find the research, or maybe I have a super rocket radar, but these 12-kilometer eggs are, in my opinion, way more exciting than shiny Dialga because there's a brand new shiny secretly released into Pokemon Go. This never happens. So if this is a new thing, I'm so down. That just makes the game so much more exciting if like random fun surprises like this are happening. A secret new shiny has been released in the 12-kilometer eggs. Salandit. Dang it. Salandit cannot be shiny in Pokemon Go. But apparently, people in, I think, Japan were hatching it yesterday for me, which means that today, theoretically, shiny Salandit is live, and I haven't seen any notifications saying otherwise. So I'm pretty sure brand new shiny Salandit is available, in the 12-kilometer eggs with this event, which is crazy. So I don't know if that's a for sure thing, but either way, we're gonna be hatching a lot of 12-kilometer eggs in next video, trying to see if that's real or not, because that would be crazy. Do I have a super rocket radar? I don't. All right, so one of these researches in here is gonna give me Giovanni. I need to figure out which one, and we'll do it. But know that you could do that too. Big video, big day, big video linked in the description for you to watch next. It's even cooler than today's video. I'll see you in there.